In our video number 10, we are going to learn about the sources of secondary data. We learned that secondary data is a second-hand data, the information that has been collected by somebody and have got published is used by a third person. So that is called the secondary data. The secondary data can be a published source of data or an unpublished source of data. The unpublished source of data is used by others for investigation, which is meant for the use of members of the same company. These data is not published and hence can be used by somebody else, maybe from the same company, for some purpose. Now, the published sources of secondary data can be by the government. The government publishes certain data in the newspapers or magazines. Then the semi-government, then the private organizations also publish their data, and the international agencies like the UNESCO or UNO also publish their data. This data is published on a regular basis. That is, it could be annually, that is once in a year, or quarterly, that is once in 4 months, or monthly, that is every month, and fortnightly, that is every 15 days. The official publications of central and state government are the Annual Economic Survey, documents of 5-year plans, and census. The semi-government publications are done by the municipalities and district boards. For example, they issue these publications such as the report on births, deaths, education, sanitization, etc. And then we have certain committees and commissions that publish their reports on matters of great importance. For example, they inquire into specific issues and report within a specific time. Some of the committees that are noted over here are Narsimhan Committee, which came in the year 1991 and which did its inquiry on banking sector reforms. Then the other example is Pay Commission by Justice A.K. Mathur. And then came in Radha Krishnan Commission in 1948, that is on establishment of UGC. Then Raja Chellaya Committee that submitted its reports on tax reforms. So on the basis of recommendations of these committees, many reforms have taken place in our country. So that's the importance of committees and commissions that submit their report. Then there are certain research institutes that submit their reports. For example, the NCERT, ICAR, or the ISI. Certain private publications like the Institute of Economic Growth and stock exchanges also publish their reports regularly. Then trade associations like the ICAI and the trade unions also publish their data through their statistical research divisions. Then we have the newspapers and magazines which could be daily or fortnightly, like the Economic Times, Financial Express, Business Today, etc. Certain international publications publish reports from time to time regarding economic matters which are of great significance. For example, the UNO, the WHO, the IMF, etc. However, there are certain limitations of the sector. Since there is no proper procedure adopted in collecting the data, there could be a prejudice of the investigator, or there could be a lack of standard of accuracy, and the results may not cover full periods of investigation. The precautions that need to be taken while collecting secondary data is to check the reliability. So it should be judged of the agency and their method of collecting data. And then the suitability. We must make sure of the usage with reference to the purpose of inquiry. How suitable is it for our inquiry? whether the sampling or census method was used, because census method is used when we need to collect certain information that has secrecy. Then sampling method is done when the population is too large and the sample can be homogeneous, where we can rely on the investigation that is done. Then the adequacy and accuracy should be ascertained before we go into taking the secondary data for any purpose.